Hello, testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, Moose. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hello, can hear. Okay, clear.
Clear.
Clear, right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. I like to listen to new knowledge.
Great.
Never ending new knowledge.
Great. Where are you from?
Dixon.
Dixon.
PD.
Uh-uh.
It's a good place anyway. Okay, we're just gonna wait for a few minutes, then we're going to start. People are joining in.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey, hi. Surprised to see you here.
Yeah. Why?
I thought you will be holidaying already.
In between.
Don't forget Friday night.
Yeah lah, I will go on holiday after the 14th.
Oh. By the way, thank you everyone for joining to our first show of the year. Good afternoon, Caroline. All right. Okay, let's just not waste any more time. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining our first show of the year. It's called MYOB 2022. This is our first series. By the way, let me introduce myself. I am Zaha, Izrin Zahari. I'm actually representing E3 Hubs, but not in Malaysia. I'm actually in Indonesia. So I'm actually working together with our founder here, Mr. Andrew, and also Mr. Kelvin. Okay, it's good to see all of you here to join us and make this party hard. All right, let's not waste more time. I would like to introduce our founder, Mr. Andrew. He's also our growth strategist of E3 Hubs. As you all know, E3 Hubs represent entrepreneurs, empowered entrepreneurs. So if you realize that we are already in 3 countries, which is Malaysia, Indonesia, and Philippines. So our dream is to create 1 million entrepreneurs by 2030. So that is actually part of our vision and mission. So without wasting any time today, I would like to invite Mr. Andrew to start his talk of the day. Mr. Andrew, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Zaha, and Happy New Year to every one of you. And thank you so much for joining in our first activity of the year. And be rest assured that this is not going to be one and only, and this will be continuous every month. MYOB, that's what I'm referring to, and MYOB will be 2 weeks once, two times a month. And we'll be focusing a lot more on very, very different kind of topics. So this today is all to kickstart the 2022 year. This is where we want to focus our talk today on strategy and our strategic plan. Okay, but next 2 weeks later, which is on the 25th of January, we'll be talking about RCEP, the Regional Cooperation Economic Partnership. I think this is a very, very important thing in which I'm going to stress on today as well in my talk. Okay, so let me share my screen. Now let's hope I can find it. Wait, not here yet. Hang on. Okay. Sorry. Okay, looks like I need to go and open up somehow. Whether I've actually closed that thing. Wait, hang on. Okay. Right, sharing. Okay, here you go. All right, so here, MYOB 2022 Talk Series number 1. Today we'll be talking about how, we're talking about business strategy, strategic planning, and important thing is to really clarify your 2022 business strategy to achieve the best result for the year. I think 2022 is going to be a year of opportunity for a lot of us. So it's very important that we understand exactly what we should be doing and what will be our key strategic priorities. This is something that I actually teach all my entrepreneurs under our Chaos Leadership Program, right, to really focus and executing key strategic priorities. And today I want to share all this together with you. All right. So a little bit about myself. So I'm Andrew. I'm the co-founder of E3 Hub and also the growth strategies of E3 Hub. I love strategy. I love thinking strategy. And every time when I do mentoring with my entrepreneurs, it's all about strategy. Okay, so this is what keeps my my adrenaline flow all the time when I talk to entrepreneurs. So E3 Hub incubate businesses, business entrepreneurs, owners across all industry sectors on essential business growth skills, management, leadership, and of course on entrepreneurship as well. So I've been through 6 economic crises and worked with more than 5,000 plus entrepreneurs over the last 17 years in this field. So I'm regarded as an old timer, and a lot of entrepreneurs that I have mentored over the years, those like Evan Sharma, people like from iPay88, MYOB, and then of course Benton and so on. All these have been through in some parts, some of my advisory. Okay. Moving on is, of course, New Year, new resolution. So this is something we always do. Every time when we hit the New Year, right? We always have a new, what you call New Year's resolution. But many of us also know that when we have New Year's resolution, do we really keep to our New Year's resolution or not? So how many of you actually craft out your business plan or your strategic plan, every year, right? It is different. It's different when you talk about, it's all in my head. It's different compared to writing them down on paper or putting it on your computer and printing them out. It's very, very different, because the moment you start writing, your brain starts thinking, right? And what you think before that is in your head, when you start to put on paper, you will have a very different feel. Because why? You suddenly realize that, hey, you ask yourself many different kind of questions, whether these can be implemented or not. Do I have the resources to do this or not? Can I really do this or not? Okay, so writing a strategic plan, which I always call it, right, is very, very important every year, right? Okay, so let me move on. Now, why planning matters? So this is a very interesting statistic that I got, from some of the materials that I have. Okay, when you talk about success, preparation and opportunities will bring you success, right? If you use feng shui, then you say luck is equal to preparation and opportunities. But frankly speaking, both of them are true. If you don't prepare yourself, even if the opportunity would come, there's no way you are going to capture the opportunity that is presented right in front of you. Okay, so you have to prepare. And in a lot of organizations, they don't prepare. When they don't prepare means, right, that a lot of things in the organization that really need to be, work on, but they don't know, because you don't do a thorough helicopter view of your business. The reason being because you keep, working in the business and not on the business. And of course, 30% of companies, right? Planning help company grow 30% faster because you know what you need to do, right? And 71% of fast-growing companies actually have plans. They actually have plans. Okay, this plan is very different from what we call business plan. Business plan is created for a different purpose. But when you do company planning or strategic planning, it's very, very, you're looking into all your strengths, your weaknesses, understanding opportunities and threats before you work on what you're going to do for the year 2022. So planning is a journey. I always call this, planning is a journey towards 1,000 miles. Because your 1,000 miles is your vision, right? And each year you plan, you are planning to get closer to that vision. That's your big, hairy, audacious goal, right? Now, if you don't plan, how are you going to get there, right? Similarly, if you have no vision, how are you going to achieve anything, right? So planning really matters. Next, 8 reasons why businesses can't meet their strategic goals or their plan. First is unrealistic goals. Okay, you have to be grounded in reality. Actually, but you must know exactly where you are, what are the resources that you have, and then you move on. Okay, the second thing is not knowing your customers. That is very, very important because customers are the heart of your market. And if you don't understand your customers, you don't know your customers, right? You have a problem. Then you are actually feeling in the dark. Okay. So third is no team alignment. Very important. You must always remember when it comes to executing a plan, it involves people. And people are your team. People are your most important asset. So you must create team alignment in terms of your vision, mission, you know, the OKR, the goal that you set for them, and constant communication with your team. Okay. And number 4, lack of talent capability. That means, in other words, you may have a plan, but your people are not ready. Your people do not have the skill sets to achieve those plans. So you have to invest in training and development. Number 5 is those goal-reaching budget not sufficient enough. That means, in other words, you have not planned the financial cash flow of the company to actually implement the plan. Okay, so you have to be cash flow focused. And number 6 is weak link to your business view. And you know, in your business, there are many departments, there are many areas, right? And all these areas must work in tandem toward the organizational goal. Here we talk about marketing, production, operation, and strategy. Right? I will talk more about that later because that is a very, very important area in your strategic planning in order for you to be prepared, right, to capture on the opportunity. And 7 is that I mentioned earlier, planning in the head. So yeah, everything is in my head. I know what I need to do. But planning in your head is not business strategic planning. Okay, you have to put things on paper. Then you'll be able to understand. You'll be able to understand whether you can achieve those goals or not. And lastly, number 8 is not understanding external environment. A lot of entrepreneurs go through business life not knowing external environment. You don't know what hit them. They don't know what hit them, right? External environment is very important, especially, you know, understanding the political environment, the economic environment, the social environment, and the technology environment. And this you can see during COVID. During the COVID era, right, the 2 years of lockdown, a lot of businesses died because they didn't know what hit them. And they were not prepared to transform, right? Because their DNA is already, you know, locked hard in the old way of doing things. Okay, so these are some of the things that why, you know, businesses can't meet its strategic goals. Okay, so let's start planning. And I like to use the word, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? That means, in other words, right, planning has to be one of your strategic priorities every year. Okay, and monitoring and evaluating your plan is an ongoing process throughout the year. Okay, now when I say that strategic planning is very important, you have to really look into your business. You have to have a helicopter view of your business. That means looking from the top to down. So in other words, right, what you're trying to say is you have to work on the business, not in the business. When you are in the business, this is where you have what we call a blind spot. You have blind spots in the business that you are not able to identify unless you work on the business. You start looking from the top down, then you can see exactly what is happening to your business. Then you can plan. Right? So, effective planning and execution involve 4 things: people, okay, important, strategy, execution, and cash. You have to make sure you attract the right people, right? Putting the right people in the right team, creating the team alignment, right? And increase their accountability and the results. Okay, that's people. Strategy, then you have to create very differentiated kind of strategy that focuses on your big, hairy, audacious goal. The big, hairy, audacious goal is also known as vision. Okay, now you also need to know your SWOT and your trend, the internal and the external. Okay, evaluate your business model and determine your 3 to 5 year strategy. I will tell you more about that later on. So when you talk about execution, you also need to look into the culture of accountability and empowerment. Okay, the empowerment, right, that will drive, the business. Who are empowered to do what? Okay, they have to be given the empowerment, right? And we have to look at how, when you look at execution, it is for you to drive for efficient processes. So that when your processes, the more efficient the processes are, the greater the execution will be, right? And of course, alignment in organizational culture and core values. And lastly, it's also about cash, right? Have plenty of cash. Now, a lot of you may argue, hey, a lot of us don't even have a lot of money. Okay. Now, that is just an excuse. There are many ways to find cash, right? Of course, the cash can come from what is being generated from the business, right? And you can just accelerate the cash flow in terms of collection. But there are also other ways of obtaining cash, like investment, deferment of payment, and so on. Important thing is keep a tab on your cash flow to ensure that you're never short of cash, right? Cash flow management is very, very important. But today, I'm not going to talk about all four of them. I'm going to talk about strategy only, right? We can leave the others at a later point in time. It will be another MYOB session on this field. But let's talk about just strategy. Okay, this is our focus for today's discussion. Right? So strategy, big question. What is your business strategy? What is your business strategy for the year 2022? What do you want to achieve? What is your aim? Right? Where are your strategic priorities? Right? That will move the needle. You don't plan for the sake of planning. You plan to move the needle. Right? Because every year when you achieve your plan, it is one step towards meeting your big, hairy, audacious goal. So let's take another look. Or BHAG. Where are you heading? Right? Where are you heading? So to be able to plan, you need to visualize your business journey. And when you look at business journey, you are actually taking a 10 to 25 year view, a 10 to 25 year vision, okay, of your business. Where is this business heading to? Right? Now, I want you to draw the distinction between where is this business heading to compared to where you want the business to go. Okay, two different things. One is a personal BHAG and the other one is a business BHAG. Always remember your business and you are two separate entities. Okay, you may be a shareholder of a company, you may be the owner of a company, but the company is alive by itself. So you have to see it that way. And you are the parent that gives birth to this business. And this business one day will need to learn how to crawl, to walk, and to run. And eventually, maybe, who knows, to fly. Okay? So we have a 10-year plan, right? Or 8-year plan or whatnot. So 2022 is the beginning of the journey, right? When you look at 2022, it's the beginning of a journey. 23 will be one step further, 24 another step further, etc., etc. So it's very, very important, right? Once you know your BHAG, when you look at that mountain, right, it always cloudy, not clear, etc., etc. Okay, because it's something that you cannot see, but it's something that you want that it becomes the North Star. Right? You notice the star over there, right? Now, but you can see very clearly when you do 3 to 5 year planning. The 3 to 5 year planning will take you to one, maybe to the middle layer, right? And that is a clearer picture compared to looking at 2030, right? So what will be that 3 to 5 year plan? But once you know a 3 to 5 year plan, then you can break it down already to 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, starting the year 2022, right? So each year you move, you inch forward. Okay, so no matter what challenges that you face, right? No matter what challenges, even whether it's COVID or whatever other with, okay, your sight, your line of sight is always 2030. Your line of sight will always be on your behalf. Your line of sight will always be looking at your 3 to 5 year plan, right? And you move towards that, right? So we don't want to be short-sighted. We want to make sure we are medium-term sighted, and we are also long-term sighted. Okay. So this is always the business struggle, right? As we journey towards the peak, we will encounter internal and external struggles, and these are things that we will always face, right? Even you are a public listed company, you will also face the same thing. Internal, is the organization ready to achieve the vision and mission? Are our people ready, or are we aligned as a team or not? If we are not aligned as a team in terms of culture, core values, and our goals, then there's something that we really need to work on. Then the next thing is the external. External is what the trend, the market, the competition that we are facing. Okay, so these are the few things that you need to be very mindful of. Right? I will delve into this much later. So when you look at internal and external, it's similarly to creating your SWOT analysis. Right? Internally, you look at your strengths, your weaknesses. Externally, you look at the opportunities and potential threat that you're going to face. Right? Now, internally, the big question is your business model ready? Does it need to be updated? Right? Because the market is always growing and it's always changing. The moment, right, your external environment changes, right, your business model will need to change. Right? Your business model, your methods of doing things, and your mindset will need to change. Typical example, all of you experienced it during COVID, right? COVID is an external environment that hit the world. Suddenly, the whole world shut down. First time in 100 years, the entire world stops. And this is the only time you guys will experience it. Okay? So suddenly, businesses wondering what hit them, right? How to change. So we always, the past 2 years, we always talk about changing business model, changing, mindset, and changing methods of how we do business. So now the big question is this: is your business model strategy updated? Okay, is your business model ready to capture these changes or not? Right, capture these changes means capture the opportunity and mitigate against the threat. Right, so I use a book called Business Model Navigator. This is what you see. Some excerpts of it. But there are 55 very different business model strategies that you can actually employ, right? So the good news is this: I have already documented that 55 business model strategies in an ebook, right? Which can be downloaded later. I will tell you how you're going to download. So if you are interested to evaluate your business model, this is the book, the ebook that you should have. Okay. So the next thing we need to look at is internally is your business wheel, right? I call it the business flywheel. Right? There are 4 areas of your business wheel that you must really pay attention to. So the first one is your marketing wheel, your production wheel, your operation wheel, and of course your strategy wheel, right? So these 4 wheels, right? If you have problems in one of these wheels, it will create a bottleneck. Your business flywheel cannot move as fast as you want to. So you have to make sure that all these 4 business wheels are being well oiled, right? Well oiled and at the same time moving. And the faster they move, the faster your business will become. Okay. So you can read, you can see through this, right? And don't worry about this slide because I will PDF this presentation slide and pass it to you all. It can be downloaded together with your 55 business model strategy. So marketing is also very important. So you ask yourself already now, where are we in terms of social media, in terms of channel, in terms of growth hacking, in terms of understanding our customer persona? How are we branding ourselves? Who are our marketing partners? Is our website, is our website dynamic or not? And lastly is customer journey. Okay, the customer journey, you have to understand how we can create an efficient customer journey so that we can capture our customers faster. Okay, also there are also many other areas that I may have missed out. Right? For example, when you talk about channel, you also cover sales channel, you also cover distribution channel, you also cover public relation channel and all the different channels, right, that form the marketing wheel. And if the marketing wheel is moving and is really good, right, you have to move your production wheel. Because if your marketing wheel is generating customer and your production wheel, right, is moving slowly, then that's where you have a production bottleneck. You cannot do fulfillment. Okay, so fulfillment is important and it comes from the production wheel, right? That's where you talk about supply chain, raw material, production, capability, packaging, logistics, etc., etc. Right? Now, if these 2 wheels are moving, but if your operation wheels are not moving very fast, then you have another bottleneck. It's what we call operational bottleneck. Okay, so all these things have to run in tandem. If they don't run in tandem together, the business flywheel will never be able to move. Okay, so pay attention internally, right, in your business. What are the things that you have to do in order for you to capitalize and be prepared for the opportunities that is to come? Okay, so that's the business flywheel, and that is the internal. So in terms of the business flywheel, where do you want to improve? In your marketing wheel, production wheel, in your opportunity wheel, or in your growth wheel, your strategy wheel. Okay, what are the areas that you want to improve? You can create new element. You can improve on existing element. You can reduce some of them because you may think that it's not so important, but it's okay to have it. And you can eliminate those elements that you think is redundant. Okay, so that is very, very important. You have to start evaluating internally before you can capitalize on the external factors. Okay, if your internal is not ready, it's very difficult for you to capitalize on your external opportunity. Okay. Now we look at external. So when you look at external, I always like to use this as political, economic, social, and technology. So here, I actually have listed down some of the, external environment that you should be very mindful of. Like in terms of political, right? When I talk about political, it's not about politics, It's about how government move, how agency move, etc., etc. So the first thing we always realize is new regulation. Okay, and And worst of all is not just new regulation, changing regulation, right? It can be U-turn, it can move forward and then U-turn again. The new political economy is changing as well. Okay, when we look at political economy, it's how government, right, work together in the global economy, right? How government work together in a regional economy and in their own respective economy. Changing trade, right? Changes in trade system, okay? And then, of course, this is very common, the closed borders, right? The closed border. So here in the political thing, I think this is something that you will experience it, especially the China-US trade war. Okay, it can be a threat, it can be an opportunity, depending on how you look at it. Right? Later on, I can tell you why China trade war is going to be an opportunity. That's where we look at economic. So the first in my list in economic is the RCEP, the Regional Cooperation Economic Partnership, that is between 10 ASEAN countries plus 5 large economies, include China, Japan, South Korea, Australia, and New Zealand. This is the world's largest free trade zone. So I'm telling you, friends, you are sitting, as long as you are in ASEAN, you are sitting, you know, in the world's largest free trade zone at your backyard. Okay, why is this very important to us? Because of many reasons, right? Because of many reasons. But I'm only going to highlight one, okay, or one or two. First, it will encourage investment, especially from China. Okay, why? Because of the China-US trade war, China is forced to look elsewhere to what you call work around, you know, work around direct trade with US by using indirect trade with US. That means, in other words, it may use Malaysia as the base. Okay, it may use Malaysia as the base, and it can be called a Malaysian product. The country of origin is the Malaysian country of origin. And RCEP is a bit unique because we know why. You can take material from different countries within the RCEP countries, right? So I can take from Australia, I can take from New Zealand, I can take some from China, from Taiwan, sorry, not Taiwan, from you know, Thailand, and some from Japan. I produce a product here in Malaysia, and this is a Malaysian product, okay? And then I sell it to the US. So to actually circumvent, right, circumvent all these US-China trade war, Chinese investors will more likely come to Malaysia and start creating manufacturing and assembly plant. Okay, there's a strong possibility it can happen. Why Malaysia? Very easy. Number one, we speak their language. Okay. Number two is Malaysia is a very respected country in China, right? Compared to, like, for example, Singapore, you know, and even Thailand, etc. Okay, it's very respected because Malaysia was the first country that recognized China, right? First country in Southeast Asia that recognized the Chinese government, and that was way back in 1974. Okay, so, and then of course, Malaysia, we speak English. Very important because Chinese businesses, they don't speak a lot of English. So the communication part, you know, is done in Malaysia. Okay, so these are some of the things that, you know, they give us a head start when it comes to capitalizing on RCEP. And RCEP also will open up new market for you in China. Okay, and this is an area that E3 is also working on to create an entrepreneur hub in China, where our Malaysian and Southeast Asian counterparts, right, can actually soft land themselves into Chinese market using our entrepreneur hub, which we are planning to work together with some local city government to create that hub. Okay, and digitalization affect the economy, market performance over the last 2 years, right? The lack of talent and workers can be very worrying, especially those in the manufacturing sector. Economic disruption due to outbreak, global supply chain disruption that is already, you are feeling it right now, especially those in the automotive industry. Okay, social changes, right? Post-COVID, social changes may change. New social norms, right? That have been developed over the last 2 years. Social distancing, we don't have so many tables in the restaurant. Panic is always something that we are seeing even with the Omicron. Right? Remote working is now a possibility, a real possibility. Right? Some companies now adopt alternate days working, right? Work from home and 1 or 2 days in the office, right? And some 100% work from home, or they can have a hybrid, can choose to constantly work from home, right? Or work in the office. It's entirely up to them. Travel fear, I don't know about us Malaysian, but there are still many people who still, were scared of traveling, right? So this is something that we can be look out for. And of course, whether, with the changes in the social environment, will there be any new market being born or not? Okay, there's always the possibility of new market being born. And of course, lastly, technology. So new technologies come in, online e-commerce adoption, and with that, using technology, there will also be new entrants, new players, right? And that is also a threat to a country. Okay, so all these areas is something that you have to analyze yourself, right? You have to learn to analyze. I remember when I first started my first business in 1997, I didn't know what hit me when the Asian financial crisis came. Frankly speaking, right? So, but after when it came, then I start to be very mindful of all the different external environments that will impact our country, right, or our business. Okay, but a lot of young people today, they may not be very cognizant of all these changes in this environment. Okay, so be very, very mindful. So how do they impact your business? How your internal and your external impact your business, especially in achieving your vision and your mission? This is something you must ask yourself. When you analyze all this already, you have to ask yourself, how do they impact my business? Is it an opportunity? Will it be good for my business, or is it bad for my business? That means with strength or weaknesses, opportunities or threats. Okay, so this is an analytical part of your strategic planning before you come up with a strategic plan. Okay, so what will be your strategic priorities for 2022? Okay, so you're starting from base 2022, which is base camp, right? And now you're inching your way up year on year towards your big, hairy, audacious goal. That is the ultimate. The big, hairy, audacious goal is your North Star. This is where you have set your target, and this is where you want to head to. Okay. So question to ask when you are thinking about all that is, are we prepared to capture opportunities or not? Okay? Are we prepared? If we are not prepared, then what must we do? Okay, that's number one. Number two is, do we need to change our business model or not? Do we need to enhance our business model, improve on it? Do we need to recreate a new business model? So this is something that we have to constantly ask ourselves, because this is what I realized. Our business model will need to change every 2 years. Okay, every 2 years. Last time, it could be 10 years or 15 years because we don't have internet. But when the internet economy came in, that's where the knowledge, right, that can be derived out from information, it makes our business, the gap becomes even shorter. So from 10 years become 5 years. And now I can see every 3 years, we have to change our business model. Okay. Now, third, must we change our method and the way we think about doing business in this new world? Okay. This is important because if we remain entrenched in our own mindset, in our own method, chances are you will die. Chances are very strongly you will die. So you have to change. Okay. Bear in mind, there is no sentimental reason for you to remain sentimental in your business. It could be your baby, yes, right? But just like every parent, when the child has grown up and ready to go to create its own world, you have to let go. Okay, so no sentimental reason. Huh? Now, what do we need to create and optimize our business wheel? That is important. Because if you don't prepare yourself internally, you will not be able to really capture external opportunities. Okay, your inner world dictates your outer world, right? Your inner world dictates your outer world. If your inner world is rotten, your outer world will be rotten. Okay, so you must always create or optimize, your business wheel, right? Year in, year out. There's always room for improvement, right? Okay. And what will be your 3 to 5 year plan? Knowing your big, heavy, audacious goal. So let's set a middle goal. What will be the 3 to 5 year medium-term plan of, what we want to achieve? Okay, before we achieve our big, heavy, audacious goal. And finally, what is our main aim in 2022? So that main aim in 2022 is to inch towards your 3 to 5 year plan. Okay, so if you can achieve your 3 to 5 year plan in 1 year, fantastic. That means your business is moving very fast. Then you have to recalibrate, right? Aim higher. So earlier on, Zaha mentioned that E3 Hub had this vision of achieving 1 million entrepreneurs by the year 2030. But I may want to look at, hey, is it possible for us to even achieve 1 million entrepreneurs by year 2025? Because when that vision was crafted, it was a 2018 vision, which is the pre-COVID-19 vision. But with COVID-19, a lot of our things changed. It's so much easier to reach out to a lot of people, right? Globally, in just 1 year. So would achieving 1 million entrepreneurs by the year 2025 a possibility? I would say yes. So in a way, we also need to recalibrate. Okay, so I'm giving you a very, very good intimate example of what is going on in E3 Hubs, as we counter the threat of COVID-19 and turning COVID-19 into an opportunity for a company like us. Okay. So here is a template that I plucked from the Eisenhower matrix. It helps you to prioritize what is important, what is urgent, right? What is important but not urgent, right? What is something that you can delegate, and what you probably wouldn't even want to do because it's not that important and not so urgent. Okay, so here we have to ask ourselves, what do we have to do first? Do we need to change business model? Do we have to improve our business view? What about our culture, our values? Do we need to implement new methods? So where do all these things fit into these 4 different metrics? Okay, because again, if you want to achieve success, then you have to be prepared, right? And to be prepared means you have to prepare yourself internally so that you are able to capture the external opportunity. Okay. So here is a standard template that I give to all my entrepreneurs who are in the Chaos Leadership Program. The Chaos Leadership Program is a special program that I created during COVID-19 last 2 years ago, 2020. So we have gone through 9 batches already, and coming soon is the 10th batch. So this is one of the templates that I give, which is the final part of the Chaos Leadership Program, which we call the Growth Action Strategy, right? So is where entrepreneurs in our program start to think about their BHAG, their 10 to 25 year goal, right? And working backward to 3 to 5 years, and from 3 to 5 years back to the 1 year plan, which is 2022. Okay, so this is the template. And if you notice below are the priorities. So what will be the key priority, right? In that 1 year plan, right? What will be the key priorities that you need to achieve that will move the needle? You don't look at things that doesn't move the needle. When I say move the needle, depends on what target that you actually set for you to achieve. Okay, so these priorities are important. They must be implemented if you want to move your needle. So for example, right, in the year 2022, you want to prepare yourself, you know, to achieve the opportunities in the future. Then your priority will be, okay, I need to improve my flywheel. So what areas in the flywheel that you want to achieve? I mean, you want to improve. This is where you have to study, analyze, and determine whether these are your priorities or not. Okay, so this is the snapshot of your strategic growth plan. Then from this 1 year, once you determine that 1 year, this is where you go into your quarterly. This is what you will see. This is what you will see, you know, when you analyze this year's target. Okay. So you must know what is your aim. Okay. What is this year's aim, right? Because if you know this year's aim, then you work towards the aim by using this template, creating the priorities, right? The strategic priorities, looking at what will be the, you know, the targets that you have to achieve, right? The walks that you need to achieve, right? In order for you to meet your projected sales revenue, your profits, etc., etc. Then we also have the last one from your, you know, from your quarterly plan. Then you break it down to monthly. So this monthly is the same thing as your quarterly plan. It's just that it's broken down into 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. Okay, and when you take 1 quarter, you break it down in 3 months, and then you start implementing your action plan. What will be the priorities each month that you have to achieve? Because each time you achieve those priorities, right, those milestones, then you know you already achieved your quarterly plan. Okay, then what the next one, the next quarter, etc., etc. All this I will provide as a download, you know, much later. Okay, so in summary, right, gaining business clarity, one must do this following. First, work to strengthen your business fundamentals, right? Your business model. Your business model is your most basic business fundamental. If your business model is not correct, your entire business will fail. Okay, so keep on taking the pulse of your customers, understand your market, your competitors, your internal strength, and the external opportunity. Then work to strengthen your business view, because if your business view internally you're not ready, you will not be able to capture external opportunities. Okay, prioritize your strategies. Know what you need to do first, urgently required, because if you don't do that, then you will not be able to prepare yourself. Okay, keep sight on your North Star and your purpose. Right? That is important because that North Star will determine how you're going to create your strategic priorities and your strategic plan. And lastly, execute with precision, power up your people, empowering them, execute with precision and ensure adequate cash flow in your execution strategy. Because once you have a plan already, right, you also need to know how you plan to raise money for that plan. Okay, if your plan is fantastic, you will have no problem raising money because you will be able to convince people that this plan works, right? And they agree with you and they are willing to give you the money. Okay. So having said that, let me ask you, are you seeking that kind of clarity and growth in your business for 2022? So this is where I want to introduce to you the program called Chaos Leadership, to help you power up your business and help you to seek that clarity and growth in your business, starting from this year. Okay. So there are 9 areas that we can help you to gain that kind of clarity, right? First is to establish your vision, right? And your purpose. You have to re-establish that. Okay, this is something we will work with you, right? To re-establish your vision and your purpose. Align your market and customers, right? Remodel your business model if it's necessary, right? Establishing your growth fundamentals. There are other areas that I have not mentioned in here, but growth fundamentals are very different from your business fundamentals, right? Business fundamentals determine whether your business is good to go, but growth fundamentals looking at whether your company is able to grow and grow fast. Okay. So number 5, re-examine your business wheel, in terms of marketing, production, operation, strategy, re-strategizing your marketing strategy, creating your strategic priorities, 3 to 5 year growth strategies, establishing cash flow, fundraising, and lastly, number 9, aligning your people, strategies, and focus execution. Okay, and usually when I talk about people, right, the first thing I ask for is your organization chart, right? Why is it important? So imagine when you're playing football, right? When you play football, the coach will say, okay, this is the diamond this is the diamond shape of my team, right? Whether it's 4-4-4-2 or whatever, these are very important. So you need your organization chart, right? Actually tells you the diamond shape of your organization, right? Because if you don't have the right people in this organization chart in the leadership position, very likely your execution will go haywire. Okay, because your people cannot execute, right? So this is a 3-month intensive program, 100 days, okay, 100 days, and also giving you a 100-day growth action plan, right? We also give you growth and clarity methodology, mastering the business wheel. We run it weekly night, okay, weeknights, every week, right, for the next 3 months, right? And so in a way, meet up for 12 weeks, okay? Each week give you different kind of module and homework, right? And we meet up every week to discuss your homework and to share experiences, notes, etc., etc. Constant business support. You can call me any time of the day, provided of course I'm still awake, and then your growth group support, mastermind session, etc. So important thing is to give you a growth roadmap, business strategy, and focus execution. Now, having said that, batch number 10 is on the way. Okay, we're going to have batch number 10 starting on the 26th of January this year, weeknight 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So 26 is before Chinese New Year. So 26 we will kick off the program, right? But later on we will resume. We break for Chinese New Year and we'll resume on the 2nd week of February, right? After Chinese New Year. Okay. So if you are interested to join our Chaos Leadership Program and wanting coaching, help, mentorship, right, in gaining clarity of your business, this is the batch number 10 that you are invited to join us. Okay. We are only limiting this batch to 10 people. So after that, I have to open up another batch. All right. So I want to keep the group small so that it's easier for us to work together, mentor each other, provide advice and so on. So where are the opportunities? So you want to strategize your business, join us, right? All you need to do is to join the Effectuator Lifetime Membership, which is 299 ringgit, one off. So it's an Effectuator Lifetime Membership, and you will get that 3-month Chaos Leadership Program for free. The retail price is 1799, but you're getting it for free if you become a member, right? So you have a lifetime membership of 299. What you will get in Effectuator Lifetime Membership is not only just that, but there are a lot of other goodies that you will also enjoy as members. And one of it is to be a member of the Global Entrepreneur Acceleration Network. So this GEAN is where all the E3 members reside. They work with each other, they network with each other, they buy from each other, because we also have an E3 marketplace that's going to be launched soon, right? We crowdfund projects from each other, etc., etc. Okay, so if you are interested, you can scan this and it will take you to the payment page. So having said that, what is GEAN? So GEAN is Local Business Ecosystem Global Network, right? We established our in 3 countries already, which is Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, and we are also growing into other countries like Pakistan, Vietnam, China, etc. But each country we are in is a local business ecosystem. But using the GEAN platform to combine everybody into a global network. So entrepreneurs are our center of the universe. So we want to give them access to resources, particularly financial, market, partnership, mentors, experts, trainers, leaders, investors, you name it, talent, right? Recruitment, business services, others that is available for entrepreneurs from all over the world. Okay. And we want to use the power of the crowd to provide business support, market access, and funding access. Okay. So this is part of our vision of, connecting entrepreneurs into a entrepreneurship ecosystem globally so that we all can grow together and eventually become a closed-loop business ecosystem where we will trade with one another, help another, empower each other, etc., etc. Okay. So here in a nutshell, this is what we do, all right? In GEAN, business support, market access, funding access, community, E3 signature events, these are some of the key activities that we will provide to all our members inside the GEAN platform. Okay. And in this platform, this is a snapshot of what we will give you. You can download this later on, and read it for yourself. But ultimately, whatever that we provide, it will lead you to our signature event, our Start Business Showcase, our business challenge, startup business biz challenge, and our bazaar event that we will be hosting starting from March onwards. Okay, the bazaar event will allow more businesses to sell their products, right? To sell their products online by using KOL. So we'll be working with KOL groups to help. The KOL will help our business owners to sell their product online, okay? Using live streaming, live event. It's a membership-driven platform, so we have free membership. But of course, you want to have the full functionality of the platform, you have to be at least an Effectuator Lifetime member. Okay, so you can read on more on that later on. So how do you start using this platform? First, sign up at gan.com. All right, all you do is go and sign up. Right, then I will approve you to be in there. You can actually sign up as an individual member. If you are a student, you can sign up as a student, or you can sign up as a company or a startup. Right. So once I approve, then you can complete your profile. Okay. Important, you need to complete profile. Otherwise, people don't know who you are. Okay, and what you do. Then you explore the dashboard. You can connect with me using the message system, right? And I can walk through with you. It is good that you connect with me because I want to know who you are and I see how we can help you. And you can connect with others as well. Okay. But important thing, you can download business resources. It could be ebook, it could be template, it could be agreement or whatever that you need, in your business, right? It's like a toolkit, right? And if you want to download, right, today's slide, the business model strategies ebook that I compiled, right? The growth action plan that I just showed you earlier on, which is in the Excel file, you can download from this gam.com. Okay. All you need to do is go to the business resources and search for MYOB, right? I will be creating that special category for MYOB. Search for MYOB, and then you'll be able to see the MYOB #1, all the downloads that you're able to download from this session today. Okay. So this is the team, right? Our E3 Hub team, myself, Kelvin is my co-founder based in Penang. I'm based in KL. Zaha is based in Indonesia, right? Alex is our partner. He's based in Penang as well. Okay, so you can see that we are all working very remotely, and I think I like the kind of diamond shape because we are able to locate ourselves, anywhere in the world, to help as many entrepreneurs as you can. Okay. And thank you. So if you want anything else, you can email to us. This is my email address and my WhatsApp number. And you can also from Indonesia. You can contact Zaha Izrin Zahari. His email address is there as well as his Indonesian WhatsApp number is there. Okay, if you have any question relating to what we talk about today or any question relating to the membership and the Chaos Leadership Program. All right, so with that, I end my presentation and happy to take on any question from the floor. Thank you. All right, over to you, Da.
All right, great. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for the super presentation. I hope everyone enjoy it. And of course, I believe everyone have many questions to ask. Please take this opportunity to ask any question to us. All right, anyone on the floor would like to ask anything in regards to the presentation or E3
Are there
Hubs?
anything from the chat?
Nothing.
No,
I would like to know more about E3 Indonesia. Can you explain more?
What's that?
Was that?
I would like to know more about E3 into Indonesia.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, Da, over to you.
Okay. As you can see, E3 Hubs Indonesia is quite new. We actually started last year in somewhere in July. What we have now, we actually connecting to all the network here in Indonesia, starting with startups and then small enterprise and mostly are the entrepreneurs. So if you have anything related to Indonesian market, please do not hesitate to text me or call me or email me, and we can actually discuss further.
You are at which part of Indonesia? Is it Jakarta?
Oh no, I don't like Jakarta. If I live in Jakarta, I rather live in Kuala Lumpur. It's so jammed. I'm actually living in the best part of Indonesia, which is Bandung.
Bandung.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what are you working on? You are a businessman yourself.
Yeah, I have a few business that I'm running here with my wife.
What
Yeah.
industries or what kind of products or services?
Currently, we actually do fashion design and also coffee.
Sorry, coffee.
Yes, I sell.
Coffee.
Yeah, we sell coffee, specialty coffee beans, special from West Java.
Oh, very good.
Yes, thank you.
So what is your vision for E3 Indonesia?
Well, I told Andrew that I would like to connect with Indonesia. Is quite unique that you have the small entrepreneurs that we call them as UMKM. Probably in Malaysia is something similar to PKS. So they are also an entrepreneur. So by numbers is about 60 million of them, but obviously we not going to get to connect with all of them. And then we have a lot of startup community in Indonesia. So that's what we have in mind, that we want to connect them with our other network as well, especially Malaysia and Philippines.
I want to add on to that. Actually, also very important that we want to unite all the entrepreneurs globally, especially in Southeast Asia, because I think if we work together, we'll be able to take on even more opportunities, right? Even for our market expansion, to Southeast Asia, and others coming into Malaysia. So there are so many different opportunities, especially when you are in a RCEP environment, right?
Correct.
So imagine product become non-tariff. I mean, no tariff. Product become no tariff, and these is very important for e-commerce players. Because once that happens, right, logistic wise, it'll be even much more efficient to cover the entire Southeast Asia. You will see a consolidation of logistic players to become more Southeast Asian focused rather than just country specific. Any other questions?
Anyone else?
So our next session, 25th, is also same time, right?
Yes, it's also same time. We try to standardize everything. 4 to
4
5.
p.m. Okay, all right.
Right. And the next session, right? We are not just talking about ASEAN. We are also talking about ASEAN China. Okay. And it's very important that we have to include China in, because China is the backbone of this regional cooperation. It's the backbone, right? So all of us, either we work with China or definitely we can't compete with China. So the only way we can do is to work with China and see what are the opportunities that we can capture on together with the Chinese market.
We got a few more questions from Sharon. How does KOL cost? And then from Mr. Nirvana, will be swallowed by China. And then another one from Jericho. Are you there, Andrew?
How much does the KL cost? I think Kevin, you can answer that.
No, we haven't come up with the KOL costing yet, actually. The event, we are in plans in that, but we will sure be announcing the cost and the event concept out soon.
Okay. So Nirvana, being swallowed by China, I don't think so. You have to learn how to work with them. So the next session in OutStep, I'm actually getting my one of my very good friends to actually talk about how we can work together with China. Actually, China need us. You know, ironically speaking, I can say China need us. Okay, so don't worry about being swallowed by China. But important thing is learn to work with them and create a more stronger, organization together with the Chinese. Okay, as far as Jericho, you are in real estate industry, providing food services, you have branches everywhere, etc. How can we benefit when we join, the GAN platform? I don't know. I think it's subject to how you see, you can work together, right? For the benefit of our entrepreneurs. I think here is all about common good. We work together to enrich each other, right? So similarly, if entrepreneurs one day will also need to expand their market, and definitely will need real estate services. Okay, so how do you capitalize on all these things? Right? It is something. It is probably a market that you probably need to start in its infancy, and then build on the relationship with these entrepreneurs that one day they will also become your customer. So it's not a short-term vision. It's more of a midterm it's more like a midterm thing. Okay. What will business model work for China market? I think Nirvana, you better talk to me later on. There's no one fixed way of looking at business model. You have to look at very different kind of external environment, of a market in a country like China. Not only don't talk about just China, Australia or other countries, right? You have to look from that context first before you even talk about your business model. Okay, that's something that you can So let's become strong together. Yes, we should be strong. That's why we set up E3. E3 stands for Entrepreneurs Empowering Entrepreneurs. So you imagine why we joined why we set up GAN. Okay, you imagine this. In this world, we have 400+ million entrepreneurs in this world. Okay, technically, right, it is a country by itself. If we bring in all the 400 together, but obviously it cannot happen that way lah. But if we, like in Southeast Asia, we can bring in our entrepreneurs together, I can tell you, we can become very, very strong, right? We can also become our own economy. That's the reason why this GAN platform is designed first to bring in all the entrepreneurs inside there, right? And at the same time, we are also creating the marketplace module, the crowdfunding module, the new market module, the qualified business matching module, and then the trainers module, to put everything together so that we are able to achieve the right business support, the right market access, and the right funding access. Okay, so that is important, right?
Hi, Andrew. Krishan here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You mentioned bazaars. Is this online or is this actual physical events?
Sorry again?
You mentioned E3 bazaars, right? Is this online events or physical events?
It is the online event. It is a continuation like our EB start. But I think we there are a lot of lessons that we learned from our last EB start. So we are actually now improving it and keeping the momentum going to create monthly e-bazaar event, right? Because we have many small businesses in our community. And besides e-commerce and all those things, right, we also need another way of marketing their product and services to the virtual side. So that's why we conceptualize the e-bazaar, right, event. And there will be many different type of teams, different type of purpose that we have created. It could be like baby fair, baby bazaar. It could be like education bazaar. It can be food and beverage bazaar, that kind of thing. So we are looking at that very specific vertical and also general vertical. But the most important thing is this: we want to do it in such a way that we generate sales. So it's a sales event. It's not I showcase my product or whatnot. It's meant to generate sales, and that's, I think, is very important.
Okay, yeah, that's a great idea, Andrew. So the plan is to have it on a monthly basis, is it?
Yes, monthly basis and twice a month.
Oh, twice a month. Okay.
Yeah, on the weekend we do weekend, like weekend bazaars lah,
Yeah.
And then we work the KOL. The KOL will, like for example, one merchant we have an allocation of 15 minutes, right? And then like 15 minutes belongs to them, and the KOL will just talk about their product, selling their product. The aim is to sell the product.
Okay.
Right? And why we use KOL? Because KOL have followers. They are influencers, so they have followers. So the more KOL we have, right? Then the more people come in, more followers will come into our platform.
Okay. The EB Start one that was last year was okay. That was the first big event for E3 online. This monthly bazaars, Andrew, is there going to be any fee involved, or is it free, or what?
That one I have to. When you talk about e-bazaar, is it?
Yes, the e-bazaar.
That one I need to pass this mic to Kelvin already.
Kelvin's handling that, is it?
Yeah. The bazaar, yes, definitely there will be there will be charges.
Hi, Kelvin.
Hi, Christian. Definitely there will be, but we're finalizing everything.
Okay.
So of course, definitely we'll share out. We will, have sessions like this to actually do the demo, show you how it works. How are we running the virtual concept bazaar?
Okay, thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Kelvin.
Okay.
Yeah, Caroline Ang, I would want to respond to you in your chat, right? You thought there's no more WhatsApp, but TikTok. Actually, you are partly right and wrong, Kelvin is still maintaining the WhatsApp group because of the EB Start, right? So we just keep that going. The Ding Talk, yes, is where I am managing, and that's where I talk to all entrepreneurs using Ding Talk. But in the future, probably in a month time, I'm moving everyone to the GEAN platform. Right, I'm moving everyone there. So all the conversation, and the resources that you can get from, it's all there now, right? So that's important. And later on, I will gradually shut down the Ding Talk. After EB Start, right, we realized Ding Talk cannot accommodate our numbers already, right? So that's the part, the immediate creation of the platform. And thanks to our partners, right, our technology partners, right, who also participated in EB Start, they came out and said, look, let's develop this platform for you, right? And then we work together on this. So that's what we are doing right now. So there's a lot of good things that came out from EB Start, and a lot of partnerships that came out from EB Start, which I remain very thankful. Okay. Yeah, when you are in Ding Talk, right, a lot of people don't check the message. So that's also another frustration. But I hope, please, when you're in GEAN, right, please check your message, right? Please check your message. Please check your dashboard, because right, inside your GEAN, right, there is a business leads. So people will post business leads. Okay, people will post all kinds of information that will be very beneficial to you, right? And if you want to know who is doing what and you want to find out, get their experiences and whatnot, you can also use the GAM platform to do that. Just connect with them, okay? But again, the caveat is this: you have to be a paid member, right? So if you are interested to join our membership, just let me know, okay? Or let Kelvin know, or let Zaha know.
Okay, so I guess MYOB is going to be a monthly session that we're going to share at least twice a month via Zoom, and then moving forward, I think these are our key activities, right, Andrew?
Yeah, this is our activities that we will do. It also aim to give all of you insights about what's going on, in business nowadays, right? And give you up-to-date information. So, like I said, the second MYOB talk series will be on the 25th of January, and we'll be talking about RCEP and what is the impact and opportunities of RCEP for businesses in ASEAN and China. Okay, so we have our speaker Raymond Chin, who have been an advocate of RCEP for the last 3 years. Even before before it's implemented on 1st of January this year, we have been talking about RCEP already. And I can tell you, a lot of people don't know about RCEP, right? And if you don't know, that is your loss, right? So it's good to know so that you know what you can do with a free trade zone, which is $30 trillion GDP. Okay, it's very, very huge, especially when you have China, Japan, South Korea, and Australia and New Zealand. How do we do business there? Right? So it is very important for us to know. Okay.
Okay, I think that sums up for today. Any other questions before we end the session for today? Before we go, can we all turn on your camera so we can take a picture?
Actually, can I ask, did we record this session?
It's in Facebook. You can share Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's already been broadcast to Facebook. So what happened when you broadcast Facebook is automatically recorded.
Yeah, you can just share the link later on the Facebook one. Then everyone.
Okay, let's do.
Yes, please. Let's do a group picture before we end the first session of the year. Okay, Zaha, are you gonna take a picture?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Another one.
Another one. Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
All right, thank you.
All
so
right.
for those who have not in the WhatsApp group, just ping me. My number is on the chat, and then I'll onboard you to our WhatsApp group, and then we can continue our communications and updates and all the other updated sessions lah. So that will be our communication from there lah. Or you can follow us on our Facebook groups or the pages lah. Okay.
Alvin, are you referring to the eBStart WhatsApp group or another separate one?
eBStart was a previous event, so I'm thinking of putting you all in the E3 group or maybe recreate a MYOB. What do you think, Andrew?
I don't know. I'm not thinking.
Never mind. I think
just do another group.
Kelvin.
Okay.
Andrew is leaving it up to you to decide.
Yeah. Because we constantly have so many events, so maybe we'll create it under MYOB first, and then get all the MYOB people to join into this group, and then you just disseminate the message from there.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll talk to you guys on the 25th. Join us again for the next topic. Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
See you.
Thank you,
Bye. Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.